Hello, I'm Karani, and I'm so happy to welcome you to the Awakening series. This is a series of online workshops designed to facilitate and support your awakening process on an individual and collective level. If you haven't already watched the introduction to this series, I recommend that you do so. It will give you the background as to how the series came about and a little bit about what it's going to entail. And once you've watched that, then come back to this one and let's dive in. So the Awakening series is about spiritual awakening, and the whole series is going to be about what that means for us, what it is to awaken, how that affects our lives, what it looks like to be an awakened conscious being. And so we'll be doing lots of exploring in the workshops and webinars of the themes and topics of awakening. And you'll also be receiving meditations, exercises, energy transmissions, light language transmissions to really fully support and facilitate this process. So we'll also, in each workshop, we'll be focusing on particular qualities or gifts, as I like to call them, from the universe. And how those can facilitate our awakening journey. So in this first video, we're going to be focusing on awakening, aligning, and activating. Now, because the whole series is based around awakening, I'm not going to go into too much depth and detail of that one today, but we will start this video with an exploration of what awakening might be. You will then experience a meditation to support the process of awakening. And then we'll talk about aligning just briefly. And again, because aligning is something that needs to be experienced more than talked about, in this particular workshop it's going to be more experiential. In some of the subsequent ones, there'll be a real balance of exploration and then the experiential aspects. But for these topics, it's really kind of just letting you have an experience. This first video as well is like it sets you up for the rest. So again, if you're coming to the series later in the day, this is a good one to start with because it will kind of prepare your body and your being for the rest of the series. After we've had the alignment experience, then there will be an activation to close the session with. So I hope that you enjoy all of those. Now, a lot of this is going to be happening at an energy level, and if you're someone who's not particularly sensitive to energies, sometimes you may feel like nothing's happening. That's really fine. Don't worry about it. Just know that it is happening, and that the ripple-on effects will continue after you've watched the video. If at times you find yourself drifting off and not hearing what I'm saying, that's also completely fine. It happens. Sometimes you get kind of taken out during these sessions. And that's absolutely fine. You can always come back and listen to the recordings again if you want to, but also know that it is happening at an energy level. And for whatever reason, you're not needing to be consciously present during each moment. And that's really fine. Now, for those of you who know my work, you've obviously come across light language transmissions through me or through other people, and you'll be familiar with them. For those of you who haven't yet experienced a light language transmission, it may sound a little odd to you. Please, again, don't worry about it. Just stay open and allow the energy to work with you. Light language transmissions are very powerful. They're very activational. Your heart and your soul and your spirit understand them completely. Your mind may want to translate them, kind of say, what is she saying? What does this mean? Your mind may kick off a little bit, may kind of react to them a little bit. Don't worry about it if that happens. There is no literal translation for these transmissions. They are pure energy. They just happen to come through sound. So really just enjoy the activations that they bring. So before we begin, I'd like to invite you just to close your eyes for a moment so that you can just settle into this session and take a few deep breaths and just let go of your day so far, making yourself comfortable. Settling in, relaxing, just breathing into your body, noticing any areas of tension and releasing them with your breath. And begin to tap into the energy of your heart, your higher self, your soul, and the love of the universe, the love of the divine. Just opening yourself to the greater dimensions of your own being and of life. Letting go of the daily activities and thoughts and just stepping into a more sacred space for the next little while. And just becoming present in this moment, just really bringing all of yourself here. Being fully aware, present to your body, to whatever thoughts are coming and going. Present to your higher self, your spirit, your essence. And present to the greater love, the greater light of all that is. Just opening yourself to that. And letting go, whatever needs to be let go of right now, so that you can really benefit from and enjoy this session. Just find yourself downshifting into ease and peace and simplicity. There's nothing you actually have to do here. You won't need to take notes. You can just be present and allow the process. So take another few nice deep breaths. And come on back whenever you feel ready to. So, awakening, what is it? What does it mean? I invite you just to take a moment or two just to really feel into that for yourself. What does it mean to have an awakened consciousness? To be an awakened being, to live an awakened life, to be in the process of awakening. Just take a moment, and you can pause the recording if you like to really feel into that for yourself, and just maybe make a note of anything that comes. And once you've done that, then come on back and we'll get into it. So there have been various terms for awakening. It's been called nirvana or bliss. It always in the day, didn't it, used to be referred to as enlightenment. Then that term sort of fell out of common use, although I'm noticing that it's starting to be used again now in certain quarters. When I wrote my first book in 2009, which was called The Language of Light, Golden Keys to Ascension, that word ascension was the buzzword of that time. That was the word we were all using to speak about this spiritual awakening, this global awakening, this planetary awakening that we're experiencing. What I like about the term awakening is that it is a verb, and so it's giving us that sense that it's an ongoing process, because it is a journey. It's not a one-time thing that just happens to us. We have gone from being asleep to being awake. It can happen in that way. There can be experiences in our lives that catapult us to a much more awakened, enlightened state than we have been in before. Not saying that cannot happen. It absolutely does happen. And I believe will be continuing to happen more and more. But even if that happens, it's not that we then stop growing, we stop evolving. Evolution, spiritual awakening is an ongoing journey. And that's what makes it so rich and so beautiful and so extraordinary, is that it is never ending. We can continue learning, continue growing, continue evolving, continue reaching deeper and deeper states of peace, greater states of joy, more and more profound states of love, unconditional, undefined love. So let's speak about some of the many things that awakening may be. And I'd like to start with the idea that it is to do with freedom from suffering. Not necessarily freedom from discomfort or freedom from challenges or even freedom from pain, but freedom from the suffering around those things. The body may experience pain, but it's primarily the mind that makes a story about that pain and turns that story into suffering. In an awakened state, we're far more aware of the presence of peace, no matter what's going on, so that we may experience pain, but we don't have to make a story about it. We don't have to suffer because of it. We're just experiencing it. Freedom in all its many forms has to be a huge part of the awakening journey, doesn't it? Certainly freedom from suffering is a huge part of that. Awakening is also about remembering who we are. And we've heard this a million times, haven't we? But when we really do start to remember, when we really do start to awaken to the truth that we are divine beings made of light intelligence, something profound begins to happen in our lives. The shifts that take place, the awarenesses that arise, the different way that we interact with ourselves, with others, with life, all are quite dramatic and extraordinary and beautiful. Because this is about awakening to the light that we are within. And we spend so much of our lives not focusing on the light that we are, but just the daily grind or the conflicts or the problems or challenges or issues or the stuff of everyday life. Whereas the more that we awaken, the more we just are living in that space of connection with our own inner divine light, and how beautiful and exquisite that can be. And then, of course, we begin to see and experience that in other people as well, more and more. And we remember that we are all absolutely interconnected. That oneness is not just an idea, it's an actual truth. And we begin to see and experience and feel the divine in everything and everyone. Awakening is also enabling us to be in a place where we can be a witness and an observer far more in our lives, so that we're much more present to our thoughts and the effect that they have on us. We're more present to our emotions and the effect that they have on us, and we don't need to buy into them so much. We can just observe them, just notice them, be free from the hold that they formerly had on us. We can also find it much easier to be in acceptance rather than judgment. We can be in a place where we don't need to be, again, creating stories about ourselves or other people. We can just be the observer, the witness, just noticing. And so then we begin to see more clearly. We're not so beholden to the illusion of 3D so-called reality. And of course, the height, I suppose, or the essence of awakening is about being in a state of love. Real, deep, profound, cosmic, eternal love that isn't conditional, that isn't dependent on certain circumstances or conditions. A love that is just who we are, and that shines through us, that radiates from us just through our beingness. It's awakening is discovering the peace that lies eternally within us, that is not just there in the silent moments, not just there when things are going well, but deeply, profoundly at the core of us all the time. Although we may not experience it in every moment, it's always there. Awakening is opening to the greatness that we hold within, that each and every one of us has within. Not denying that anymore. Again, we've probably spent much of our lives denying or restricting or being afraid of the greatness that we hold within. And as we awaken, that falls away. We're no longer afraid to share who we really are. We're no longer afraid because there's nothing to be afraid of. There's only divine light shining through us, which is beautiful and nothing to be afraid of. So what are some of the qualities of awakening? Well, we've explored some of them already. Being more present with others, being more fully aware of them as we're with them, as we're in their presence, really being with them, hearing them, seeing them, connecting with them on a deep level. Being more aware of ourselves, as I mentioned before, more aware of our own thoughts and patterns and habits. It's about openness, receptivity, being willing to receive from another and being willing to receive from the universe, being willing to receive all the enormous blessings and gifts that are being offered to us all the time by the divine. It's choosing love over fear. Not always easy to do in practice. But more and more as we awaken, that becomes our way of being. Equanimity can be a quality of awakening. That's being in this state of balance where we're not wanting, desiring, craving, needing something. We're also not pushing anything away. So we're not in a state of neediness, and we're also not in a state of rejection. We're just being with what is. So there's a stability, there's a strength, there's a sense of rootedness, of anchoring, and that brings enormous peace. So there's a quietude inside, there's a reduction in the noise of the thinking, the thoughts, the stories, the going round and round in circles. And of course, there's a willingness to keep growing and evolving. These are just some of the qualities of awakening. Feels amazing, doesn't it? To just really let them all seep into your body, seep into your being, seep into your consciousness as an embodied reality, beginning to feel and to know and to understand and to experience what it is to be those things, to have those things as part of our natural state. So I'm going to take you into a little meditation now. And so I invite you to close your eyes and get comfortable. And just focus on your breathing for a moment or two. Starting to breathe a little more deeply, a little more fully, becoming present to your body. Becoming present to this moment, to the now. Becoming present and inhabiting this moment. Being here, awake, aware, in your body, present. And you are opening and awakening to soft streams of light permeating your physical body. Soft, pure, cosmic patterns and waveforms streaming in to bathe your body in light. Divine love, blessing. Letting go into pure, sacred divine light, awakening to the presence of the divine within you, around you, in you, as you, to you and for you. Opening to the awakening happening in your light body, your auric field, your energy field, your light grid. Opening to the awakening in your hearts and your mind. Awakening to the energetic shift taking place as your circuits are reconfigured and rewired to hold more light, more joy, more love, more peace, more connection. Awakening to the timeless, eternal you that dwells in your core, in your essence. Awakening to the infinite love of the divine, of the universe that is in you and around you and in it. Oe ya Rama, ya Tura, ya Simorana, ya Kaitara Mashkina, la Rashkota Nabiscola, na Tititicata Sana. Goshna Migale, Ratapakati Roshna, Tatapikiti Darara Nashkata. Zodabiti Kalari, Shikabarikashika, Barikala, let it Kotara, Shikotara, Itara Shiditara Shibrika Sanditara, Nostokopita, Istante, Tarate, Temokatestelanaha. Courage Bodes, the Debotesa Katarishi, Karala, Titochita, Mekatara, Tito, Shikamiti, la Shikotini, and Volkala, Tikapora Kaskanta. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Continue to be with the transmission as it unfolds. Allow yourself to receive it. Welcome it in. Awakening at a cellular level, at a DNA level, at a body level, at a mind level, at a heart level, at a soul level. Awakening. And take as long as you wish now to just fully receive this transmission. If you would like to pause the recording, you can do so and take some more time. Otherwise, I invite you to very gently start to become aware of your physical body and your breathing and your feet and the top of your head, wiggling your fingers, perhaps taking a sip of water, starting to come back to your surroundings as you feel ready to, and gently open your eyes when you are ready. And we will move on now to alignment. What does it mean to be in alignment? We can think about it in terms of our physical structure. If our physical structure, our spine, and the rest of our physical structure is in alignment, then everything can work as it is meant to work. everything can then flow. Our movements can be flowing and easy. If our body is out of alignment, if anywhere in our body is out of alignment, we know how that feels. It's uncomfortable. It can be painful. It feels off somehow. And it's the same in our lives, isn't it? When something is out of alignment, it feels off. It feels wrong. It feels disconnected. It feels painful. It feels uncomfortable. We know what it feels like not to be in alignment. But what does it feel like to be in alignment? In alignment, we're in balance. In alignment, we're in harmony. In alignment, we are connected. In alignment, we are in flow. And then all of those other wonderful things can follow from alignment, like joy, like peace, like happiness. In alignment, our heads and our hearts are in balance, aren't they? In alignment, our masculine and feminine aspects are in balance. So alignment is on every level. It's not just physical. It's our energy bodies being in alignment. It's about our heart, our soul, our spirit, our mind, all of it being in alignment with the divine. Alignment is also to do with what I call flowing with your knowing. When we're in alignment, we just know what to do next. We open our mouth and the right words come out. We know what our next steps are. We know when to pull back, when to move forward. There's a flow that happens and a knowing that happens when we're in alignment. When we're in alignment, we are in that state of equanimity that I talked about earlier. We're not needing anything to happen. We're just knowing that it can unfold perfectly as it is meant to. And even when challenges arise, when we're in alignment, they don't knock us off course. They actually can be interesting opportunities to learn and to grow. So I'm going to take you into a short meditation for alignment on all levels and helping you to release that which is not in alignment in your being or your life at this moment. And for this one, before we get started, I might just say it is best to be sitting. So if you can bring yourself into a sitting position. And become aware of your body, become aware of your feet on the floor. And then take your awareness beneath your feet. And a few inches or more beneath your feet, you will find your Earth Star. This is your interface with the Earth, the interface between your body and the Earth. Your Earth Star is a gorgeous, golden, glowing light just beneath your feet. So begin to link into that Earth Star now and just feel it. Feel it glowing. Feel its light growing stronger. Feel your alignment with the Earth. And then begin to feel your Earth Star beneath your base chakra. Feel how your Earth Star grows and expands to encompass the whole of you so that you can link into it from your base chakra and come into alignment from your base. You can begin to feel your Earth Star and your base lining up, linking in, connecting. Feel how good it feels to slot into that sense of connectedness with the Earth through your base chakra. You might even feel your base chakra opening, expanding, reaching down into the Earth, not just the Earth light reaching up, but your base chakra reaching down. Feel how they slot into place, they connect, they align. And just enjoy that energy in your base. Feel how the energy can flow easily and with no impediment. And then take your focus up and breathe into your sacral chakra. And feel it begin to activate and open and come into alignment with your base and the Earth Star. Feel that sense of alignment. Again, your body might shift subtly. It's fine if it does. Just allow it to do what it needs to do. Let your sacral start to open to the energetic alignment with your base and the Earth. And then take a breath and focus on your solar plexus. Feel that starting to open and activate as it comes into alignment with sacral, base, and Earth Star. Feeling that sense of connection, of alignment, growing in your body. And with another breath, take your focus into your heart center. And this is where the alignment really starts to activate. As we align our heart with our beingness, with our body, with our power center, the solar plexus, with our sacral, with our base, with the Earth Star. This is where alignment really starts happening. Because the heart is the foundation, the core, the essence of who we are. And we need its alignment. So just give permission for your heart to align now with the rest of your being, or the rest of your being to align with your heart and with the earth. All of it to come into alignment, balance, harmony, connection. And then breathe up into your throat center, your throat chakra. Activating, opening, awakening your throat center and bringing it into alignment with your heart so that what you speak is aligned with your heart. Bringing it into alignment with your solar plexus, your sacral, your base, the Earth Star. Feel the alignment in your physical body and your energy bodies. Taking your attention to your third eye. Letting this center open and awaken and come into alignment. So that what you are envisioning, what you are seeing is in alignment with your heart, is in alignment with your truth, is in alignment with the divine. And activating your crown chakra, opening and awakening your crown, bringing everything into alignment now so that you are aligned tip to toe. From the top of your head to the base of your spine and deep, deep into the earth. Feel how good it feels to be that connected all the way through and aligned and clear. Giving permission all the while for anything that is out of alignment within you to be released into the earth, where it can be transformed and transmuted into love. And opening now to your soul star above your crown. This is your interface with the heavens, with the divine. Opening and awakening your soul star and bringing everything into alignment, soul star to earth star and everything in between. Heaven and earth coming into balance and harmony within you. And give permission for your inner male and your inner female to be aligned, to be in harmony, to be in balance. So that you have the feminine qualities of receptivity, receiving, of creativity, creating. And you have the masculine qualities of doing, taking action, of dynamism. You have these coming together so that they balance each other in perfect harmony and alignment. And feel your human self and your divine self aligning now. Feel yourself aligning with divine love, with divine grace, with divine blessings, with divine peace, with divine radiance, with divine oneness. And just rest for a few moments in this pure sense of alignment, of harmony, of balance. Letting everything else fall away. And again, I invite you to pause the recording if you would like to take longer with this. But if that feels complete for you, you can gently start to become aware of your body, become aware of your feet and your hands and your breathing. And gently start to come on back. And now we come to the final part of this session, which is activating. The whole session has been an activation of sorts, in case you hadn't noticed. But now we move into it a little more fully. What is an activation? It's a kind of switching on and igniting and opening and awakening and expansion, which might create impetus. It's a kind of catalyst for creativity, for movement, for taking action. So in your life, an activation could be something, an event, a person, a book, a workshop, an experience that ignites you, that sets something up within you, that acts as a catalyst within you. So shortly, I will be offering you an activation through a meditation and a light language transmission to activate more of your own light, to activate more of your inner mastery. So again, I invite you to either lie down or to sit comfortably with your eyes closed. And make that sense of connection with your body, with your breath, with your divine self, with your heart. Really feeling your own heart and its light and its warmth and its love and its beauty and its radiance. Letting that fill and surround your body. And then connecting with your third eye. Just feeling it as it begins to open and awaken. Feeling the activation of your inner vision, your inner knowing. And then imagine or sense or see or feel yourself approaching a ring of light, a vast circle of light, a huge ring of divine light. And as you approach it, you see it beginning to open, to let you in, so that you can take your place on this grid or network of light and become an integral part of it. And you feel your higher self, your soul, very present with you now, and your divine right there in your heart. Feel the presence of the divine, your own personal connection with the divine deep inside you. Really feel the love and the support of your own divine now. filling you, supporting you, guiding you, holding you, loving you, honoring you, recognizing you. Te sama reo tama yosisu sopatala na skoya taramisotana yora matita sana yatisamukala na shokote sitapakala tora meshia utara resa mahayo tilana shobadi diara ya tuko pesika rusho petiro ora nala rishono mori kazel hidu buzara borasi maya shobata satara na io tara mesho bore ke tora mesho kutiti satata shikora maya ora misho ai otara kau ya na ya hama Wayo rasa mati warsha mati sakale re tu pa sakatara ra ji poti ki seniera tu kara mashki na re ro pikara ora ni bora di se kwara shi katera ma yo subarai. Take a deep breath and let it go. Allowing the activation to unfold, to unfurl, to fill your being. The activation of your light, your essence, your divine self. The activation of your own inner mastery. And through these activations and transmissions, whatever is unfolding is perfect. Whatever you see or experience or feel, just allow it all. Allowing the transmission to continue, the activation, in whatever way it's unfolding for you. And you can come back to this activation anytime and repeat it. And each time it will be subtly different. Each time it will activate more. Ayoi rama yoya yoa rata sesipakai terama shokopitikana sito takai ya nau ramahasa. Tikiau yoya era lishopoteka sikanala shakapitia ramaha yonara mashkito talana shkatapiti sokata. Yayora yoyeti samaria nashka. Eremo kasatai lora na shopotika sesakata. And just feel the gentleness now, the gentleness being activated for you as your body is bathed in gentle, loving, nurturing peace, love, light. And let it in. Let that gentleness in. Let the nurturing love in. Let yourself receive it. Let it go deep. Let it activate your own self-love. And breathe and relax and just be. And be aware of your physical body. Take some very conscious breaths into your body. Be aware that you don't have to let go of or come back from this state, this experience, this activation, this awakening, that this is who you are. This is you. This is your natural state. So you can bring it with you as you start to return your focus to your consciousness, to your presence, to your body, to your surroundings. Just play with being aware of that vast, expanded state of consciousness and your physicality. You are both. You are all of it. It is not separate. So as you bring your awareness back to the here and now, you start to become aware of the sounds around you and where your feet are, and what your body's doing, and take a little stretch. Just allow that awareness to continue, that awareness of your vast self. And I invite you now to just take a moment to be in gratitude to the divine, in gratitude to the universe and all the many blessings and gifts that it offers you all the time. Be in gratitude to your body for giving you these experiences on the earth plane, and gratitude to the earth for letting us be here and experience what it is to be an awakening human. And gratitude to yourself for showing up, for being willing to awaken, to continue awakening ongoingly. And to this community of awakening souls around the globe. And to all the awakened masters and beings of light who support our process so beautifully. Such gratitude to each and every one. To each of you, I am deeply grateful to be able to share this process with you. It's meaningless on my own. It comes alive when I share it with you. So thank you. And I hope that I'll see you in some of the live webinars. And if not, we will be connected through the recordings anyway. The next in the series is called Beauty, Balance, and the Bliss of Being. So I hope you will join me for that. Namaste. Blessings and love and gratitude to you all. Thank you.